Should we move on to something a bit more cheery? This is not cheery.
This isn't
at all.
cheery.
It's the time. Okay, so the title doesn't really do it justice. Just don't go to the link just yet.
Okay.
Because I titled this "That Time a Plane Crashed Because Kids Were Flying It," and you think I saw this headline. This is I think the headline wherever I found this or whatever, and I was like, well, yeah, okay, it's sad. Some guy's flying his little Cessna or whatever, and he lets his kids take the control, and he crashes it, and the family die. And you're like, oh, well, that's sad, but fine. And then you look at it's a Wikipedia link, and then you look at the Wikipedia link, and it says Aeroflot Flight 593, and I'm like, wait, I've heard of Aeroflot.
And is a big flight.
Yeah. So without spoiling it too much, how many people died?
63
passengers and 12 crew. So 75 people died.
Yeah.
Basically, the guy, he's when was this?
1994.
1994. So, dude, I mean, after 9/11, when they start, you couldn't. When I was a kid, I remember you
visit
could
the pilots and
dude,
yeah,
right,
sit in the cockpit and everything.
Sit in the cockpits, all the things. It was awesome. It's what some of my earliest memories are on like long haul flights, getting to go and sit in the cockpit, or like not sit, but see what's
kind
going
of have a look
on.
around, look at the buttons and everything. Yeah. Not
so
press any of them.
No, and that's what went wrong.
That's all very wrong.
So the pilot, he's traveling with his kids on a commercial flight. He's a commercial pilot, and he lets his kid sit in the chair, and he's watching him and everything. But the kid accidentally flips off. Scroll down. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah,
oh wait, no, it's
turn
right
off
there.
the autopilot.
No, it wasn't the. Was it?
Yeah. The pilot's son. So he had a 12 and 16-year-old son, and the pilot's son had unknowingly disengaged the
the autopilot control of the ailerons. So, yeah, and then basically they didn't notice. So the pilots take control, and the plane gets in a corkscrew dive, and they're trying to pull it out of it, and all of this, trying to save the day or whatever, and it stalls, and yeah, it crashes into a mountain range, and everyone dies.
Everyone died. Yeah.
Cheery stuff.
Moral of the story: don't let your kids fly a plane.
Yeah, don't do that. So I think when after 9/11 they've got those doors keeping terrorists out and children. Even your own children.
Even your own children. Keep them out. Did you know, side note, I think everyone knows this. However, I'm going to say it anyway. Did you know that pilots will never eat the same meal?
Yeah, they have, because in case they get food poisoning.
In case one of them's bad. And so at least the chances of you getting 2 or 3 bad meals is very low, as opposed to if they will eat the beef or the fish, then they're all going to get ill at once.
I'm not sure. I think they don't just eat different meals, but they eat meals from different classes of travel.
Do they?
Because
really?
They come from different kitchens, perhaps, or they come from, so it won't there'll be less chance of contamination, and so the pilot will eat like a first class meal, and the co-pilot will eat like business or economy.
Business,
so disappointed.
The economy, fair enough. That is poor guy, but
the biggest thing I'd be happy about becoming a captain rather than the co-pilot would be like getting some higher quality food.
First class meals.
Yeah.
Okay. No, it's. I think. This is solid pod. I think aircraft food has got better. Or do you not? It used to be really shit.
It depends which airline you fly, because I feel airlines, there's more push to budget. You can fly cheaper, like Norwegian or British Airways these days is pretty weak. But then if you fly a more expensive airline, then the food's better. So I feel there's more variation, but at the bottom end is pretty bad.
Yeah, I hate how they microwave sausages. It's my least favorite.
They don't microwave anything.
Microwave absolutely anything.
No,
they don't.
There's no microwaves on planes. It's all super fast convection ovens.
No,
because they can't have microwaves on planes.
Really?
Because it might interfere with the equipment and shit.
Bang.
Yeah, there you go.
Boom goes the dynamite. That's crazy.
Don't get me wrong. It still tastes bad. It's as if they microwaved it. No, I don't know. And listen, even like economy stuff, I'm sitting there, on a long flight. I won't ever eat on a short haul. But I'm sitting there and I'm like, I enjoy it just for the entertainment, or like the breaking of the monotony of, I watched the 4th movie in a row that I don't want to watch. And it's like, oh, it's an event. And I'll slowly eat it. And then I'll like be like, oh, there it is. You know?
Do you know, I was always, I'm a bit embarrassed of this. I was always in the past that guy that would make friends with everyone that was sat around so that when they're not going to eat a part of their meal, I could eat it.
Oh, no, you're that guy.
I'm that guy.
Oh, don't be that guy.
But it was for exactly the same reason that if I'm taking a 12-hour flight, I don't want my meal to be over so quickly.
Just ask the cabin crew.
They won't give you more food. They'll give you more booze. That's one of those things that people don't realize when you take your first long haul flight. They will just feed you booze the whole time.
Yeah.
Little things of booze, little bottles of booze. Like, so things like Bailey's, Jameson's, all that. You can get all of that, and that is paid for. That's in the price. And also white wine, red wine. Like always after any meal, you can ask for like a nightcap.
Yeah,
Every time.
it depends what
After breakfast.
It depends what airline you go on. There's such huge variety in quality, and
Fly anything Middle Eastern, they're great.
Oh yeah, of course,
Anything.
dude. Middle Eastern airlines are a different game.
Absolutely.
Anyway, just jumping back to this Aeroflot Flight 593. Apparently, they did an investigation afterwards. Oh, and of course, the Russians were like, "No, it wasn't the children. It was some other problem." But apparently, if they'd just turned on the autopilot and let go of the controls, it would have managed to pull it out of the, which is crazy.
Well, because what it says that they didn't realize that it had been turned off. Like
exactly.
They switched it off and they just had no idea. So they started. What was it? They started to fall and then they overcorrected, and because they overcorrected, they stalled and then it corkscrewed down and hit the mountains. And they're in the mountains, so there's a lot of mountain to hit.
Well, dude, there's always a lot of ground to hit wherever you are. You're not just going to fall forever.
True that. Did you know that they tested landing on autopilot and it was so accurate that they had to switch it off because it was leaving dents in the runway?
How would it leave dents in the runway?
Because every plane kept hitting exactly
the same spot.
And so
I feel like they land a lot of planes on autopilot these days.
I think they do.
Okay.
If we've got any pilots listening,
yeah, let us know.
We'd like to know that.
I feel like the more modern planes.
What's our email address again?
SWpodcast at gmail.com.